Hi guys, Storm here, Tom
Tom
here,
here.
and Maui here.
Furball.
Furball! We're going to be watching more Invincible, episode 7. This one's called We Need to Talk.
That doesn't sound good.
I don't like that at all. We need to
No.
talk. So, who's the first person you think of?
I'm thinking it's Nolan and his wife, Deborah. That's the only thing I can think of.
You know,
Or,
the first thing I thought of was him and his son, but I'm like, that would make more sense because of last episode. And now he
yeah,
knows
because
for
what Deborah
sure.
said to him at the end of the episode,
Cat for me.
F you, Nolan, it's, she knows, and
Yeah.
he knows she knows.
And what
So,
happened with Art? Right? Like when he was talking with him, we don't know. So that
no.
scares the crap out of me. I'm like, he goes this far to actually kill the Guardians of the Globe.
For
And
what purpose, we don't really know yet.
yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he just thinks he's better and he wants to take over Earth at this
Mm.
point. But yeah, I mean, what lengths will he go to? I mean, for him to be that scared to see if his wife fully trusts him and he was just banking on that the whole time. I don't know. I'm so worried for her now. I feel like he might actually do something to her, and that will be the way that
That'll be
Mark
the
finds
trigger
out.
for Mark.
Because how else would he find out? I mean, there's many ways that he could, but that would be the most
I
impactful
mean,
way.
Mark has no clue or even a hint of a clue that his father is behind this. Because his mother didn't say anything to him. Obviously he didn't find any information about it or even a hint about it. So he's clueless. So
Yeah,
this is going to be a complete shock to him once he finds out.
yeah,
Hopefully he finds out.
I know. And going to those kids digging that grave, and they were wanted to drink the blood of the immortal or something, right? To be
Hmm.
immortal or something like that. We didn't talk about that last time. And then those Mahler twin guys were there, those
And they were
clones.
there because they wanted insurance for whatever cloning that they were doing. So because if they're making all these new superheroes, all superpowers and stuff, they're going to need some kind of insurance, hence a superhero, a super being of some sort to help defend them to be on their side.
This is mayhem. Like, they're all experimenting because they're desperate to fight Omni-Man when the time comes, I guess. But this might be even worse. Who knows? I mean,
Well, I
seeing
mean,
Omni-Man destroy a whole planet, though, as quickly as he did, because I know he was there a
well,
while,
I
but
mean, think of this. I mean, Nolan or Omni-Man, he destroyed the top superheroes. So everybody who's a superhero now and on any type of team are secondary superheroes. Who are stepping it up, but they're not to his caliber.
yeah.
So to me, I don't think he sees any of them as a threat. Not even his son. So I'm hoping his son is stronger than he looks. Because he's gotten his ass beat a few times,
Yeah.
and against his father, I think his father would whoop his ass in no time. So
I really think so, too. And for like the way Omni-Man is and Mark really makes a lot of friends. And even though the Guardians of the Globe had no chance against Omni-Man, I'm hoping with him in numbers and them being good team players,
mm.
maybe down the road he'll be able to fight his father enough if they all help each other out. But I
Well, I
don't know.
mean,
That's
I
kind of
hope
bleak.
I'm hoping that Invincible. He's learning every day. He's getting more powerful every day. He's got powerful friends. He's got Eve. I mean, hopefully, William's boyfriend Rick. Hopefully, because he's not gonna be able to get back to how he was. So I'm hoping that he joins Invincible and become their own team with Eve and maybe some other people who, are lost and can help out. And
Yeah.
they might have to team up to fight him because I don't think right now Mark can do it on his own.
Yeah.
He's not ready. He's just barely been doing this for just a little while now, so he's not ready at all.
He's not. He's really good, but he's not even close. I mean,
And I mean,
I think he can get there, but
we're on
not in
episode
this time
7, and
frame.
there's only one more episode for this season, so there's a lot
I
to
think
happen in
it's.
those 2 episodes. So I don't think we're going to see a resolve this season.
I know. I
And
feel
it's just going to
like,
kill me because we're going to have to wait
yeah, I know. It's like a lot of shows because you were so
because
behind. At least Mom, Kim, and
it's
I,
going to end dramatically. It's going to end on some like shocking note. You're going to be like, I'm going to lose more hair and
you lose more hair. You'd be like Homer Simpson. Like he had all this hair and he kept pulling it out because he was so stressed out. Now, I'm hoping Debbie survives. I mean, I know a lot of crap's going to go down and people are going to die, but Debbie and Eve, I mean, Eve, for some reason, I don't want her to die at all. I really like her character, and I like her with Mark, and they're great. They're a great team together. But I just feel like she'll be around for a while, so I'll be devastated and shocked if she goes.
Eve has a unique power because you saw her, changing the world pretty much in the last episode. Mm-hmm. So she can manipulate, I want to say like atoms because she's growing trees. She's, reconfiguring, mudslides and she's clearing out, forest fires and whatnot. So she has this ability where she can change the world around her, literally.
You know what? That's a good point because we know she's powerful and we see a lot of her powers in a positive way. So it could be pretty messed up too. Like
who's to say she can't use the world around her to just kind of like engulf him and kind of at least hold him?
His body, like maybe she could break down something or something. I don't know if she can change atoms and stuff.
Take a cue from Avatar. I mean, they learned, waterbenders learned to blood bend, earthbenders learned to metal bend. There's branches to each of their powers.
Yeah. Interesting. That would be very interesting if she could stand up to him, but I'm really hoping she doesn't have to go.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about with Avatar, subscribe to Patreon and you'll find out.
Yes. We love Avatar. Woohoo. And you can watch along with us. So shall we get into this episode?
Let's do it. I'm afraid, but let's do it.
I was so going to say that. Twin powers activate. Which way?
Which way are we going? Where am I?
Because I was going to say, I'm actually quite scared. I'm so afraid for Debbie in this one.
They might need the Wonder Twins to help out.
Can you imagine they just show up like they have their own version of Wonder Twins? Like, they do have duplicate or whatever. Not the same, but... All right, 107.
I'd be scared if I was her, too.
Any moment.
You bring it back?
She doesn't even know about awkward. William, right? And his boyfriend?
No. All she knows is that he's a jerk.
She's been working hard. Wow.
It's a good view.
And then this.
You killed them.
I had no choice.
I don't believe that. You said you wanted to tell me months ago, but you're still not telling me now. Get out of my house!
Don't hurt her. Don't hurt her. I'm scared.
It's Mom. Come home, please.
Oh.
Come on, this is dumb.
No, what's dumb is how long I've been putting up with your bullshit.
You're right.
Just drive off.
An asshole and Amber.
She's not gonna believe it.
in.
Oh. It's probably for the better.
I know you're a superhero.
You know? You know?
I'm not an idiot. I figured it out weeks ago. Fly away, fly boy, or take the stairs. I really don't give a shit.
Jumpy much?
That kind of scared me for a second.
Welcome back!
Oh, I'm glad he's doing good. He totally sounds like Cyborg now.
I would never let you die. 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 Die.
Uh-oh,
Die.
uh-oh.
Die. Die. Die.
Oh, now I'm scared. Oh, boy.
High-tech vehicle going to a sketchy warehouse?
You, get out of the truck.
I'm not really here.
Ew, it's so nasty.
Oh,
Ew.
it's the real robot.
Oh, it's the brain.
Perhaps you're the original then.
Ah.
It needs to be placed on the
Upper brain stem. I recognize a neural link when I see one.
Yesterday was messed up. If you had helped me find him right away, none of this would have ever happened. I know.
He's not wrong.
I'm sorry. Should have listened to my dad. Your dad? Omni-Man. How did I never see that?
And he's right there.
Enough with this. You're like a bad guy in a samurai movie who gets cut in half. My top half sliding away from my bottom half.
Nolan killed the Guardians of the Globe.
I know.
How could you know and not tell me?
I couldn't risk Nolan finding out we knew.
Cecil.
I'm not sure we could kill him. Not us, anyway. Where's it?
Yeah, see, it's like even worse now.
So dramatic, it throws that in your
We never
face.
talked about that, yeah. It's so bloody.
I didn't want to do it, but it had to be done. It was my responsibility. What changed?
I met someone.
Is he falling for Monster Girl?
I guess so.
Don't make a face. You lost the coin toss.
Looks like Krang from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Kind of the same concept.
Of course, his brain's abnormal.
It's abnormal.
Look at it. Shut up, will you?
He's just gonna like jumpstart it.
He's gonna hotwire it.
Yeah, gross. Pop. Oh, gross. It's gonna be really nasty.
Wonder if he's gonna have the powers of
Rex.
yeah, Rex.
Which am I?
Ooh,
Oh shit. Here we go.
here we go.
Experience everything we never could.
But in a good way. Worst
Suffer.
way to die. Like, can you make it quick?
It's time you both return to prison.
One giant one. Robot in disguise.
Don't crush him. Come on, you need the original.
Cecil.
Ooh!
Jeez. They're just pissing him off.
Oh,
Ooh,
right in
shit.
half. Oh crap! Oh crap!
You were always so pathetic,
No.
Donald.
No!
Ever had a spine?
Hopefully, this other people made it out. I doubt it.
No, there's no way.
Hey, Eve.
Oh, Eve. Now I'm worried for her
So
too.
I'm helping you today.
Crap. Squish.
What do you want to do? Want to break his stupid face, even though we just finished making it? I'll take the machine.
Oh no! Oh no! Not him! Don't hurt him, please.
Mr. Grayson. That's not blood on you, is it?
No. Don't hurt him! Okay. I was terrified.
I'm very much alive. More so now than ever.
What the fuck?
Who the hell are you?
Why the fuck do you look like me? How the fuck do you look like me?
Sir, Omni-Man's closing in on their location. Estimated time to intercept, 6 minutes.
Can't you use your teleporter to bring Mark and Eve back here?
You're the one who told me not to tell Amber I was invincible.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you to string her along for 5 months while being an asshole about it.
Nope.
I haven't figured out anything.
You wouldn't dare.
Is that a satellite?
Whoa! God, poor Debbie's just watching this.
Oof.
Dang, nothing.
Gonna break the satellite first. Oh,
I'm
that
terrified.
sucks.
But why specifically me? And second,
At that age.
why a kid version of me? That's just weird.
Exactly. It's messed up.
You're ruining my childhood, and that's hard because it already sucked.
I adapted your DNA because I noticed Monster Girl found you interesting.
I know why Cecil's holding us at high alert.
Can't even see him. It's a blur.
I needed to start over, but that
Hope
doesn't
doesn't
mean
kill her.
ignoring the
I know.
world
I'm
when it
so.
needs
I'll be
me.
so devastated.
He's close.
He is.
It'll be fine without
And he's
my
so
help.
pissed right now.
Better, probably.
He's hauling ass.
He's gonna see her first. Oh crap. He's not gonna be able to keep it up.
Nolan.
Fine.
Whoa, that was close.
Ooh, that's tight.
Oh, those were cyborg
Ooh.
things. Oh, is that gonna be Rick?
Yeah.
Ew! Ew! Oh, the savage.
Dead soldiers, serving their country one last time, thanks to that monster over there.
He's right there.
Look at that collar on him.
Sick. Ah.
I'm almost done here.
Ooh, that's the immortal.
I built it exactly to the schematics.
That's it was in the icebox or whatever.
Monster Girl?
Invincible's gonna be there and help him.
Yeah. Shit.
Whoa. Wow, he just did that on his own.
What are you doing?
CPR?
Even Frankenstein needed an extra kick to come to life.
It's crazy that it's the original.
Is it Abe Lincoln?
His old outfit.
You're gonna destroy Robot and the new Guardians of the Globe for us.
Oh no.
Shit.
You're dead.
Shorted it out. Ooh.
Yeah, because I want to really see him in action. He had no chance before.
He caught him off guard before.
Yeah.
You betrayed us!
Uh-oh.
You should have stayed dead.
Just one punch. Boom. Ooh, again. Gross. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Whoa.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
No shit.
That's how it's gonna end. That was
God damn
just insane. That felt like a movie. Like, how long was this episode? And it's quiet. Wow. That felt like a soup. That we took in so much. That was the best episode yet. Right? Like,
oh my goodness.
So
I didn't
much
know what
to
to
take
feel
in.
yet.
I know. Like, wow.
You know,
like,
I'm
my
so
eyes
glad.
even look like.
I'm so glad that Eve left that area because I don't think she would have survived that.
No, I don't think so either. And especially when he was getting really mad and threatening William too, and he was like crushing the car. I thought, I'm like, yeah, he lost it. Like, now that he is known to be evil, like, he wants to continue on some kind of mission, and he's just
now
mad
it's on
at
the
world.
news.
Yeah, now it's on the news too. So I thought he was gonna go find his son and just stomp on Eve. I don't know, like, that's not the greatest way to meet up with his son to explain things, but I just thought he kind of lost it at that point.
If I was Cecil, I'd be packing bags and finding a new location.
Yeah, because he even said, I was hoping that their headquarters there, because they have so much money, was in another hidden location, because he said he's coming here next, so it's not. Yeah.
I mean, that laser that he destroyed in space, not only was it $400 billion.
Yeah.
He destroyed it in seconds, and that thing was pretty darn powerful.
I mean, the animation, like, everything about this episode was insanely good. I mean, like, I was scared and impressed by their technology and what they had prepared, but just the animation of him going after that satellite, like, and just the explosion of it, like, how it vibrated and just, like, blew up, the intensity. You could feel everything about it. It was so real to me, and I'm like, holy crap.
But see, the thing is, the Immortal came back alive to be killed again, ripped apart. So, I mean, they call him the Immortal for a reason. So I'm curious if his pieces get back together again, he could become alive again.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I'm glad
really
he went right after him.
I mean, he can hold his own a little bit against Omni-Man, but man, he got ripped apart again. His body isn't strong like Omni-Man is.
No.
But he's immortal. That's the thing.
Yeah, he does have the strength and everything, but how many punches? And he was able to knock Omni-Man down a bit, but one punch from Omni, that was it. Like, he would just, like, really go back and
he almost blinded him too.
He almost blinded him. Like, that was insane. Like, if he did that, I mean, he could use maybe super hearing or something to fight, but yeah, that would have been a huge weakness for him.
Well, he was able to keep him at bay for a while because, he does show that Omni-Man does have feelings for his son. He really does care for his son. Plus, he needs him on his side, it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, because he tried to rescue him several times, but then the Immortal kept on interfering with him and holding him back.
And even with him murdering the original Guardians, too, he felt like that was his mission. And he almost kind of sort of felt guilty, I want to say, but I don't know, to brutally murder people like that, I mean...
Because
I don't know. You're
the only
removed.
explanation he said is that they're weak. So I mean,
He's the better DNA. He's the better species that needs to dominate.
But
the
we still
Earth,
don't
I'm
know
guessing.
why. What's his grand scheme?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be something to do with his planet.
Yeah, I don't know what the grand scheme is because he's only one person. So unless he brings a bunch of other people from his original planet over to take over, but why would he need to do it himself? Like, why not just bring them all over now and take over?
Bobby Hill died.
I know. I was trying to find like a funny quote to say
I've
because I
been calling
got
him
so
Bobby Hill
nervous.
so long now. I don't know. I forget his real name.
How brave! Like he was like the nervous Nelly guy that I'm like, oh God, hopefully nothing happens to him because you just feel bad.
He went out, he went out the way he intended to go out.
He was a hero in a way, He's like, it was
he
great
tried.
serving
He
with
tried
you,
his best,
and he still hit the button, which was a better way to go because he grabbed his freaking spine. He was gonna yank that thing right out. Oh,
I mean,
the detail in this, my God.
See, the thing that sucks is that Cecil couldn't, use the full strength of that detonation because he said the yield factor would be too great. They couldn't evacuate that many people in that much time, that little time. So he had to scale it back a little bit. So it was a weaker bomb. So he knew it wasn't going to work. And he was hoping it would hold him back, but it didn't. Nothing really held him back.
I was terrified in this one. Were you terrified? I was terrified. I was freaking out.
Just everything going on. I was impressed by certain things, like seeing those RoboCop dudes come back and. They pummeled them for a little bit, but I mean, they're still fragile creatures, but they were still strong enough to hold them back for a little bit.
And very savage too, and I think that really helped them too. They were strong, but them biting and pulling at like his cheeks and nose and stuff, like insane. But I don't think one of them was Rick though.
No, I don't think so.
William's boyfriend, because I think he removed that helmet and they removed the chip thingy, so hopefully he will be a good superhero later on. And these are just.
But to see them I
feel bad.
I mean, he said that they were dead soldiers, but to see them still making those creatures, using that evil dude to make those creatures again, to me is kind of unethical, I guess. But
I'm glad you brought that up too, because I didn't want to believe that's what he said, and he said dead soldiers, so I'm like, oh, well, maybe, not that it's right anyways, but I'm like, maybe it's the experiments that he already did, and they were still semi-alive, so they're like, oh, we'll throw them to use then, before they die or something, but no, it sounds like it would make more sense that they made their own version of dead people.
I mean, they're strong, but as soon as he grabs you, as soon as Omni-Man grabs you're ripped, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but they still held up for a while, though. Like, they really were pretty strong.
A good 5 minutes. I mean, they kept him, they weren't really bruising him at all, but they kept him busy.
Yeah, and there were 3 on him. With Invincible, he had 1 at a time, really, I think, and it was hard for him to do that. So I'm still convinced right now that half human, he's not as strong as his father. But I'm kind of hoping for the opposite. But yeah, so for 3 to actually take down Omni-Man for a while was impressive to see.
I think it's gonna I don't think Invincible is strong enough to take him on yet.
I don't think so either.
And I think with him just finding out, okay, something's going on here, he's not in the right frame of mind to fight him that way. Mm-hmm. Because he's probably such disbelief of what he just witnessed.
See him kill a lifelong friend. I mean, they've been friends for a long time. And for him to kill the immortal like that, right in front of him.
The next few minutes, like the next episode, is going to be crucial because now it's them one-on-one. There's nobody else around. Everybody else is dead, or gone. Mm-hmm. And he's probably going to make up something where everybody's against him, and I need you to help me fight them off. He's going to feed him some kind of BS.
Yeah, because right away he said, look, Cecil sent this creature after me. Immediately
he goes, wait, why?
Victimized.
Then you're going to see the immortal coming after him. So this is why, I killed him to begin with, because they were plotting against the world or something. He's going to make up some story, I think. And
I can see that happening.
But it's weird because you see Omni-Man before he got all pissed off, you see him sitting there and thinking about, his next move. He seems like he regrets something. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's, not telling his wife, not telling his family. I don't know what it is, but you can see that he's definitely thinking about maybe some kind of regret.
Yeah, because I feel like this is an obligation for him, but he feels a need that he has to do this, but he never really wanted to do it, but it was his lifelong, thing to do that, I don't know, like maybe he does semi-regret, like, killing people, but I doubt it. But I do see that guilt, too, so I don't know if it is because...
Well, I hope they just keep rebuilding Immortal and just throwing him at him, keep him busy for a while.
Too? it's probably because he has his ultimate goal. Like we don't know what it is exactly, but he has an ultimate goal. But now he found love, and he actually has a family and stuff. So that's probably what he's torn about, because he didn't want to change that. But he still
maybe
wanted
his
to
original
go
plan was to infiltrate
forward.
by having a family, but then he realized that he actually cares for his family.
Yeah. So that's
You know, so
probably
it's-
the part that's pulling at him. So that might
But
be
I'm
the
still,
regret or something.
I'm still
there.
worried about Deborah. If he gets a hold of her,
I
you know,
really hope that he's not a full. I mean, like, he's already a monster. Like, I know he loves his son. I think he will fight his son, but I hope he doesn't kill him. I mean, the show is called Invincible. Hopefully, there is another season. I'm just assuming there will be, but I'm hoping that he'll not hurt his wife. I'm sure he'll get mad, but even with their fight, he took off. So I'm hoping.
So let me ask you a hypothetical question, completely off topic. Omni-Man versus Homelander, who would win?
Honestly, okay. This is just a thought, because they're both pretty invincible. We have not seen any weaknesses with both of them, except with Omni-Man with his eyes. That was actually a weakness that we saw with him. So I'm thinking Omni-Man would win, because Homelander isn't mentally strong, and he needs to be loved by the people because he loves that attention. And so if he doesn't have money and power, I think he mentally would go crazy. So I think Omni-Man.
He's more greedy with power and showboating.
Yeah.
But I
and
mean,
he has a lot of
saying
mental issues. Like he's.
I think he's still equally matched with him, but I think in the long run his psychology would get to him.
Yeah, because I think Omni-Man's so like he's very strong-willed, and he's on a mission. Like he's not messed up. He knows that he wants to do this.
He's an evil SOB, but he's got it together. He knows what he's doing.
And he's calm, and he knows what he has to do. And now he's known, but he isn't like super freaking out yet. You know, like he's losing his cool. Yes, but
he's pretty pissed off. I mean, I don't want to see him like angry.
Have you guys seen season 2 of The Boys at the end there with Homelander? No spoilers, just saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
F the world. But I think Omni-Man, I mean, he could take bullets too, so I think they pretty much have the same powers for the most part.
To me, that was kind of like a waste. Like all those soldiers that were invisible in his house.
Yeah.
And they're shooting the guns at him. I was like, dude, why don't you just bail out of there? Because you know it's not going to do anything. It's not going to even slow him down.
I know.
All it do is just make a mess on the carpet.
And then that made him suspicious to look around at the house next door. Like there was no reason to do that, but to show us how lethal.
Well, because that one,
I
think it was a lady that was all twisted and crawled out. She kind of looked at the house.
Oh, that's right. And she reached over. Mm-hmm. God, in such morbid ways, cutting people in half, like with such force, and not
put
even
the gun through his head.
Like we're nothing to him, you know, like death, and just in brutal, awful ways, and no flinching.
Well, look what he did to Immortal. He punched him right through his chest.
Yeah.
You know,
nasty. So I'm
glad right on television, which is gonna now the whole world knows that he's a murderer. Mm-hmm. And I mean, in his defense, people on TV saw the Immortal fighting him.
Yeah.
So they don't know who this Immortal guy is. Is it the same Immortal? Is it someone an imposter? Is the Immortal like, you know, what's his motive? So they're probably just as confused as, you know, the rest of the world.
Yeah. And thinking old school superhero, maybe in the past they didn't really murder people in the past. I mean, this was a brutal murder. And although we did see things early on in the show that were funny, I think it was Immortal or something, like someone threw that ranting bad guy into space, remember, and he died. So I was
they don't see those parts. I mean, for the most part, superheroes, you know, they bring people to justice.
Code.
They don't kill them.
So seeing
they're not
that
supposed to kill them.
Superhero killing another superhero was a huge shock, you know. But man, so I'm really hoping your theory is right about Eve possibly being able to at least stop him for a while. But now I do fear for her, because I'm like, I feel like she'll be around for a while, but you just don't know. Like it scares me with this show. You just don't know.
She's got to be able to, whatever she can do, she's got to be able to do it from a distance, because if he gets his hands on her, she's dead.
Yeah, and he's freaking fast.
I mean, if he could break apart the Immortal like that, her body is probably just as fragile. So she's got to stop him before
Not just as fragile.
She
doesn't have like a super strong body. She's all like bending things power.
Yeah, she's a normal human probably in that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, she might be able to take a hit.
We've seen her take a beating and stuff before, so she's probably got a little bit of.
She's tough. I'm not trying to say, but yeah, like I don't think she has like super strength or resistance or whatever. Like, I don't think. I think one hit would kill her. You know.
But I think it's going to be
shields and stuff.
I think it's going to be a team effort. It's going to have to be, because he's experienced. and the rest of the crew really isn't as experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at the new Guardians, they're all, I won't call them rookies, but they were second-rate superheroes compared to the original Guardians.
Yeah.
So
and they're
they
scared now
weren't-
too. They're like, wait, we're going against Omni-Man?
Wait, we're the last defense?
I'm glad Cecil finally said that to them, because like they were like, oh, we're going to save Omni-Man. Like they didn't know.
Well, he should have given some kind of a hint saying, we need you as a last hope against, Omni-Man because he's going rogue or whatever. He murdered the Guardians. They could be training this entire time, coming up with some kind of plan.
They would be more serious about it instead of drinking and partying all the time. Not all the time, but Rex always.
Well, right then they were drinking out of those milk cartons.
Yeah. So let's go to Robot really quick. How do you feel about that? Were you shocked?
I was shocked. He looked like Krang from the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, same kind of concept, except being a brain. He was he was pretty much just a brain. I mean, his body wasn't functional.
Yeah.
And he's very smart. That's why he had all those drones that he was controlling.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that's like, so how many robots were there? I mean, there must have been a lot of them because, whenever he got injured or something, there was always another one to replace it.
Yeah. So he probably has a whole army full somewhere. I don't know where he would keep them all.
I like the fact that instead of just accepting him, oh my God, he's got a new body, he's, that's great for you, but they actually question his ethics about how he did it.
Yeah, and he actually worries
permission.
about that. He actually cares. He's not stubborn and like, well, I had to do it this way. He actually feels bad too and is overthinking it now, like, oh, maybe it wasn't a good decision. So I like that too. It makes that more real as well. Like
it shows him that he's human, not just an evil genius kind of thing on the outside.
Yeah.
Yes, he broke criminals out of prison to help his cause. But he was also smart enough to realize that they would try to put devices in his body to try to take control back.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to come up with he double-crossed a double-cross.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Wasn't Cecil in on it too, or was it just Robot? Because I thought they both were in it together a couple episodes ago, or at least
Cecil
it looked like that.
Maybe I see. There's no connection at the moment, but I think maybe Cecil might have known what he was doing and kind of gave him the green light to let them out.
Yeah.
How
interesting. Yeah, because I just assumed. I want to go back to the other episodes, like 2-3 episodes ago, where
I mean,
thought they
now
were
since
both
he's got that Wi-Fi chip inside his head, now he can control. It can control all the robots, so he could still do what Robot had done before. But now he's got his own. I would assume his own superpowers, just like Rex does, because he is essentially Rex.
Well, I'm glad he's not trying to replace Rex. He just liked him, or liked how Monster Girl liked him, or something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where he was going with that. I mean, I'm glad he has a new body, but how he went about doing it was not cool.
It was not cool, but I feel a little bit more comfortable with this way than just taking over the Guardians of the Globe and having, like, I thought he was going to try to take all their powers and put it into himself and make some kind of, like, really crazy super.
I thought he was going to make like an army or something, but.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll just be good. And I mean, like, now he's a big weakness too. I mean, he was something in the tube before, but right away the Mahler twins tried to like kill the person.
But did you catch that comment that the Mahler twins made that Robot said to the Mahler twins that they're both the clones? The one who died before was the original.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, because even though we knew that, I mean, to actually have a confirmation where
because they're constantly switching back and forth. You're like, okay, who is that now? Is that the clone or is that the original? And it's like,
and that's what makes it funny too.
They're
where
constantly
they're both
fighting
like,
with each
I'm
other.
the original, you're the original, because they truly believe that they are, even though they know they're not. But to know that you're a copy, you don't transfer over. Like, you're gonna die, and that's it for you. That's done. But your memory is transferred over to this guy. So
and you're exactly the same up until that moment you wake up.
And they got emotional, so it was actually cool to see that, because we kept seeing jokes of them going like, "Oh, okay, well, haha, good sacrifice," and you go numb over time. But to actually see them get emotional over, like, no, it is hard to see that.
But see, the one thing that I've always heard the saying, a copy of a copy is never the same as the original. So if you copy something over and over and over again, it's going to get watered down.
Yeah.
It's not going to be, it's going to be a lesser and lesser version of the original. So, I think over time the DNA is going to start breaking down or something. So I don't think they can just clone themselves forever unless they figure a way to correct those issues. But
they even said that this brain was too complicated The neurons went too deep
Smart.
or
He
whatever.
had too many dense neurons and stuff.
Yeah,
and...
so to transfer everything over correctly might not have happened. So he seems okay, but he might have a couple
He almost destroyed the whole
screws
facility
loose.
doing that transfer.
Yeah. So who knows? Hopefully nothing bad happens later. But I just can't see that group going up against Omni-Man. I just can't. Like, maybe all of them together, but...
I think the Mahler twins are going to play a role in something later on.
Mm-hmm. I actually like them now.
Well, they're smart. I mean, they know, genetics. Mm-hmm. They know how to, clone, pretty successfully.
Yeah.
And I think that, they're still on the loose. So I'm thinking that they're going to be needed down the road. Maybe not anytime soon, but maybe they can grow something that can,
exciting.
Stand
My
up.
God. Oh my God. So guys, please leave your comments below up to this point, how you feel, what your thoughts are without any spoilers for the next
and bring
episode.
me some new underwear because I crap my pants.
Ew, Tom, too much information. No, go away.
Okay.
No, this was good. It was so intense. What a good story. Like, this episode alone had me floored. And I think my mouth was open a lot. My eyes were glazed over. I was so terrified.
Mine was.
I was like freaking out. Like I was about to run a few times. I was like, oh my God, I haven't done that in a while. But woo! So thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around for the finale. We're going to be watching that next week. My God. So love you guys.
Oof.
Bye.
Breathe.
Breathe. Happy thoughts.
Ooh, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.